Hello, everyone. This is Nick Hodges, and something amazing has just happened. I looked at my subscribers today, and I have now reached over 11,000 subscribers. 11,000! That's the size of the Orc army in Lord of the Rings. It's just a number, but if you put that into perspective with this image, it really blows my mind. It used to take me a few months just to gain 1,000. Then recently it's been a week, and now it's almost a single day. I have no idea how this is all happening all of a sudden, but it's all because of you. Every single one of you have made my day. This is one of the happiest times of my life. History Buffs has been an idea of mine since 2013, and for years I was just sitting on it, wondering whether people would be interested in seeing a show that basically analyzes historical movies and sometimes makes fun of them. Things that are essentially nitpicking, and yet would be educational at the same time. A show like this, on YouTube, a website where the most popular channels seem to be the exact opposite of what History Buffs is all about. I figured when I started this channel that it would take me at least a year to reach 10,000 subscribers, and that was me being unrealistically hopeful. And yet, you have all made this possible within just several months. I can call myself a YouTuber now. It's so awesome. Okay. I'm going to shut up now. Otherwise, I'm going to keep rambling. But I just wanted to do this video to show some way to express my appreciation. So I'm going to answer some questions from the comment sections of some of my previous videos. If you fancy getting your questions answered in the future, please feel free to leave them at the bottom of this comment section. They could be anything you want, whether they are regarding history or something about my personal life, like how I make the show, or what did I do before this, and etc. Okay, so the first question comes from Garrett Smith, who asks me, do I have any historical figure that I idolized growing up? Or when did I start getting into history? Well, thank you very much, Garrett. I'll be honest, when I was younger, I idolized Alexander the Great simply because he's a very attractive historical character. You're talking about a guy who achieved something that was thought to be impossible. I mean, you're looking at a guy who at the age of around 25 had conquered almost the entire known world. So that kind of puts your life in perspective. But as I got older and started learning about the real Alexander and not the legend, you start to find out that he definitely has some unredeemable qualities. I could go into further detail, but you know what? You might as well wait for my review of Alexander. I'm currently writing the script for it right now, and it's coming out after my next episode, which will be Waterloo. And guys, for Waterloo, I think you're going to love it. It's going to have a little homage to the channel at the very end of the episode, so I hope you guys really enjoy it when it comes out. Okay, so the second question comes from Harrison MacArthur, who asks me, will you ever do an episode on Saving Private Ryan or any other World War II movie, like Tora Tora Tora, Band of Brothers, Midway, etc.? This is a question I get asked a lot, and the answer is yes, of course I will review World War II movies. In fact, I'm particularly looking forward to reviewing A Bridge Too Far, which I believe to be one of the very best World War II movies of all time. It really gives you a sense of the battle, not just from an individual soldier's perspective, but from the Allied commanders. We see Americans, British, Polish soldiers. It really gives you an idea that this was a war fought by many nations, not just America. So, let's just say I'm saving my World War II review for a rainy day. The next question comes from Aries Hull, who asks, if you can make a movie about a historical character, who would you pick and why? Maybe someone who's just not received enough attention by a movie, or someone who's been done a great injustice in its portrayal in a movie. That's a hard one. If I had to pick one, I think it would have to be Attila the Hun. I haven't seen a single movie that portrays the Huns correctly. In fact, I just watched this abysmal movie called Attila the other day that has Gerard Butler playing Attila in it. And what annoys me is that the Huns in that movie are all essentially white, which is infuriating to me because the Huns were nomads from the Asian steppe. They were more like a mixture of different cultures and races. They fought on horseback with bows and arrows, which was totally different from how the other barbarian tribes in Europe fought and how they're portrayed in the movie. Their way of fighting was actually very similar to how the Mongols fought. There are some theories that they might have come originally from that part of the world, and they might also have been kicked out by the Chinese. But of course, that was centuries before Attila came onto the scene, and they had essentially assimilated into the cultures that they had crossed along the way. The final question comes from Jackson Crook, who asks me, do you have any historical degrees? Just wondering. The honest answer to that question is no. History was one of my favorite subjects in school, but my real passion lay with film. I went to film school and got 2 degrees in filmmaking and writing. So when I thought about doing my own YouTube channel, I thought I could use what I learned in film school to do a show involving history. I'm basically what the title of the show is, a history buff. I'm definitely not an expert in history, but it is something I'm genuinely fascinated by. And because I love films also, I thought I could combine these 2 passions of mine. And when I looked on YouTube at the time, there didn't seem to be many shows like this one, so I thought that could be my niche thing, to sort of stand from other film review shows that are all trying to do the exact same thing. To be honest, I think if I was just doing a regular film review show, I would be having a much harder time in making YouTube as a career. Okay, so that sums up the Q&A part. I'm going to get back to writing my Alexander review. You guys are going to love it, but keep an eye out for Waterloo. It should be coming out in a few days. I think you're going to like it. So once again, thank you all so very, very, very much for your support. I'm really excited to see how this channel goes, and I'm going to carry on providing you guys with the best quality content I possibly can. Thank you all so very much.